I will never again be surprised. I haven't been surprised for about 15 years. And I don't think I am likely to be surprised anymore, because I've spent so much time people watching because it's such good fun. So I don't think I need... Big Brother doesn't...
Nothing surprises you?
No. No. Nothing surprises me.
I know something that will surprise you.
No.
You'll love this. This is a story I heard between Christmas and New Year while I was doing all my socialising. A friend of a friend has a son who suffers from Down syndrome. So he's about 14, but he's probably got a mental age of about 7. Took him over to Drusilla's at Alfriston. They looked around the zoo. He loved it. Anyway, they went into the gift shop, and you know how it is with kids. You take your eyes for a second, they're gone. And he disappeared. No, they went and found him, and they found him, and he was dripping wet. They thought, what has gone on here? Anyway, he wasn't saying anything. They took him home. He was quiet as a mouse the whole journey home. They get home, he goes straight indoors, upstairs to his bedroom, closes the door, shut tight. Downstairs, I think, what's gone on here? A bit worrying. They go upstairs to his bedroom. They walk in. There he is, sitting on his bed, with a penguin. Now tell me that doesn't surprise you.
What?
He'd taken a penguin.
What a load of old rubbish.
No, it's not.
You fall for those kind of stories.
It's a true story.
You fall for them, don't you?
It's a true story.
And you stand there,
No.
and she comes round and tops up freshens your glass, and you're standing there nodding. And so at the end of it, when the bloke says, a penguin, you go, no! Come on, Ferns, you're a journalist.
No, it's true.
It's rubbish.
No,
It's
I believe
rubbish.
it. No,
Absolute
they had to phone the zoo and say, I'm really sorry, it would appear that my son has taken a penguin home from your zoo. I apologise. And they sent someone round from the zoo to pick it up and take it back.
I'm faintly surprised that you bought it.
No! It's true.
Where was this?
You're cynical. This
Where
is Drusilla's Zoo in Alfriston.
Yeah, I know where Drusilla's Zoo in Alfriston is, but where do they live?
Patcham.
Patcham, and how long ago was this?
A few weeks ago they told me the story. But it was...
Well, why wasn't it in the papers?
months ago it happened.
Yeah, why wasn't it in the papers?
Well, you're not going to go and publicise some unfortunate happening that your son has carried out, are you? I wouldn't, would you?
Right. So what happened to me was this woman, she came up to me and she said, this is what happened. She said, a friend of a friend... where have we heard that before? A friend of a friend went to Las Vegas. And she went, after a lovely evening, saw a show, had some drinks, went down into the gaming casinos, which are underground. Okay? She won some money. And she had it in her bag, and she decided to call it a night. About 4 in the morning. She got into the lift to go to her 17th story room, and the lift stopped on the ground floor. And it was quiet in the lobby, and a bit dark. And 3 big black guys got in the lift. This is the story as she told it to me. And she was nervous because she was abroad and she wasn't sure. And one of the guys went, hit the floor. And so she went down like that and went, don't hurt me. Take my money but don't hurt me. And there was a silence. And the guy picked her up and he went, no, I was telling my mate to press the button for the floor we wanted. Hit the floor in American just means press the button for the floor we're going to. Anyway, she was quite shaken, but they saw her on her way. When she came down to pay her bill the following morning, the receptionist said, your bill has been paid. She said, what do you mean? The receptionist said, your bill has been paid by the gentleman you had an unfortunate moment with in the lift last night. That was the film actor Eddie Murphy, who is working in Las Vegas at the moment and staying in this hotel. You see? So I said to this woman, I said, well, that is a good story. I said, do you know that newspapers will pay a lot of money for stories like that? Assuming it's true.
Yeah.
She said, well, which newspaper should I ring? I said, well, ring the Daily Mail news desk. It's the sort of story that, if it's true, you know, they quite like things like that. And I said, having worked in Fleet, I can tell you, you could get knocking on for a couple of grand for that. Nothing less than £2.50 as a stringer fee, it's called. And I saw her about a couple of weeks later, and she went, oh, I phoned the Daily Mail. I said, what happened? She went, I was about a quarter of the way into the story when the guy on the desk went, yeah, hit the floor.
Oh.
She went, what? He said, madam, it's an urban myth. It never happened. Somebody made it up somewhere along the lines, and it's been doing the rounds for months, if not years. Now, I'm not saying that your penguin story's the same.
But you're implying that.
You're damn tootin', Annie. You're damn tootin'.
But quite frankly, I can't believe you've tried to make a joke there about a black man.
Well, the word black...
I'm with Margaret Richardson on this one.
Well, how else, you know, do you describe... Well, actually, I mean, it's interesting.
No, exactly. It's the same thing. You told a story. Anyway, I'm not letting Margaret get to me.
Well, I think that we should do some things on the show that will offend the 0.5% of the audience who like to be offended. I don't know how we do that. Maybe we just carry on.